On this video, we're gonna go and take a look at how to create a beautiful accent wall like this in your living room or your bedroom. It's a do-it-yourself project. I am not a contractor. I have done over 12 plank walls like this at various properties. The results are stunning and spectacular. Join me on this entire video and I'm gonna show you tips and tricks on how you too can freshen up your space with some floor planks on your wall. Stay tuned. Make sure it goes up and down before you press it down. Yeah. We also have created a USB behind the wall, so we've created a USB-C. This is a USB-C. And there's plenty of slack, and this is gonna be for our tablet, and this is the micro USB. Alright guys, so in this video we're gonna be taking a look at how to create a wall like this and the types of things that you want to consider before you're starting a project. And I'm gonna give you tips on how to create an arched wall like that. Also, whether you should consider using vertical or horizontal planks when doing your wall. First thing you want to do is you want to figure out how many planks you're going to get. Here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then we got a couple of pieces up top. So we have 22 rows of planks that are essentially 2. So then I would say 22 times 2 is 44, and then I'm going to get a couple for the cutting the top, maybe a couple of screw ups. So that will be about 50. Buy yourself a couple of samples of the planks in the different colors that you're considering. Each floor plank box holds about 22 to 32 square feet, depending on which planks you're buying. Next thing, after you have your planks, figure out if you're gonna go vertically, because a lot more work, or if you wanna go horizontally. Make sure, please stagger your planks and your wall paneling when you're creating something like this. Now, some questions that I've had on other videos is, do I have to buy specialty wall paneling planks? And the answer to that is no, you do not. You can use any flooring plank that you want. Now, there's flooring planks that you can use that have some padding. The only reason you really need padding is if you want to have a sound barrier. If you're doing this, say, in a bedroom and there's an adjacent bedroom to that, then you may want to consider getting yourself some pad, because that will give you an extra sound barrier, and most of the time you're only going to be paying maybe pennies on the dollar for that extra sound barrier. Once you have all your planks, then you want to identify any difficult cuts that you may have. If you have an arch in your room, for example, that will be a difficult cut, especially if you go and actually horizontally. If you're going vertically, it's actually easier to do an arch, but again, it's a lot more difficult to do the entire wall. So with this wall, for example, behind here, there is about 5 inches of depth from the initial wall. So what I ended up doing is creating some support for that. So you could create a 2x4 and then just kind of have a 2x4, 2x4, 2x4. So then when you're putting the planks on, they have something to rest on. What I did is I screwed several screws coming all the way from the ceiling all the way down. They were about 6 inches, so I screwed them into the studs that were behind here, supporting the original drywall. Then that's my support. And when I clicked this one to that one, this one to that one, that's what's going to provide me the strength needed to continue with that arch. Your arch, you're going to have one additional thing you're going to have to resolve. That's on the bottom towards the floor. What you're going to see is you're going to have almost like a little stowaway. You would want to put a baseboard coming from this old baseboard to the new baseboard. The ceiling, you essentially put silicone or caulking all the way around to get rid of any miscuts, any imperfect cuts or anything like that. Now, in terms of materials and tools needed, you want to get yourself a table saw, drill, maybe even a handsaw would be nice. I've done at least 12 applications of these walls, and all I've used was PL3. PL3 premium glue, and we're gonna use probably 2 of these tubes. I've used it successfully. It's lasted for years. PL3 is what I recommend. So when you're putting on the glue, you don't need a whole lot of PL3, maybe 20 little 1/4 inch dabs on each plank before you place it on. Now you also want to get yourself a universal tapping block. That's the same black one that you use for flooring, and a hammer. So you're getting those nice tight seals when you're bumping a plank next to each other. So what this does is it has a lip here. You put this on the edge of your plank like so, and then you get to hit this with the hammer. When you hit this with a hammer, it pushes the plank and clicks it to the one below it, therefore making that nice and tight seal. You always want to make sure that you push this towards the wall, hold it, and then you tap it. And we want to have a level to make sure that planks, when you're putting them on, at least in the first row or 2, are good. This is definitely a 2-person job, because when you're doing a row, you want to do the entire row at the same time before you set the glue. Right, so that's it. If you have any questions and you're attempting a project like this, highly recommend it. The total cost for this would be maybe $180 for the entire room. And you will never have to redo this room ever again, so make sure you choose the colors wisely. Alright, so that's the video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions for myself or anybody else watching this video, please leave them in the comments below. Again, I'm always open to advice and learning more from others. If you are attempting a project like this, please leave your comments. I would love to see the before and the after, and I will help you as much as I can. I have done a couple of videos like these, so look in the description. I'm going to link them up for you. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. It definitely helps the algorithm, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.